without rhyme or reason.
We just got off the train coming from Milan to Venice. Disclaimer. I may come off harsh when speaking about the beauty of this city. It's because the reality of Venice is far from the expectations many have when they plan a trip here. And it's just, what did you say, Sarah? How'd you say it?
I feel like we just stepped into Disney World.
I know, look at this fucking place.
So many people.
Sorry, do you see all the tourists behind
It doesn't even feel like real life.
Do you see this? Look at this.
This has got to be fake.
Look how ridiculous this looks. And I mean ridiculous in a good way, not in a negative way. But it just feels like a very bizarre, surreal place.
Like I just woke up from a very long nap. I'm super groggy, and you just listened to an audible book about
psychedelics.
LSD.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we just did like a little bit of like magic mushrooms or something. Like this place is just fucking weird.
It must be Disney World.
Welcome back. This is the fourth day of our chronicle across Italy, and for the next 48 hours, we're going to explore the city of masks, Venice. Venice is not, I repeat, is not what you see on the postcard from your aunt or in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's better than that. And in some ways, it's worse. Little could prepare you for the spectacle which is Venice. If I didn't know we were in Italy, I would have thought someone had dropped us off at Disney World. There's something comical about Venice. A city with so much history and respect has been degraded to an amusement park. Instead of waiting 45 minutes to ride Splash Mountain, you wait an equal amount of time to cross a bridge or pose for a photo. As a tourist, you shuffle along the main arteries of the city much like a cow on their way to be processed. But instead of ending in slaughter, you arrive at the foot of a beautiful building or picturesque viewpoint. This is a trend which repeats across Venice. It's a city of contradiction. New versus old, tourist versus local, land versus water, beauty versus disgust. Now that I've spoken the truth, let me whitewash this story a little bit. After all, every place has its fault, and it's not my intent to pick Venice apart. But be warned, it's not the Venice of your 8th grade geography textbook.
We're walking into the Jewish neighborhood of Venice, and you can just feel a shift in the vibe, the energy, and the mood. It's just much quieter, and the alleys are much more narrow, and it just feels completely different than the other side of Venice where all the hustle and bustle is. I love it though. It's nice and cool in these little alleys, and a lot different.
Ca del Sol is a Venetian mask maker. Maker might be the wrong word. Let me correct myself. Artist. It's apparent these masks have love sewn into them. The Venetians have been wearing masks to obscure their identity during Carnival and other times for hundreds of years. It's believed the masks originated as a way to hide one's identity from social or religious taboo activities. Nearly a millennium ago, the Venetians were wearing masks to hide their identity from surveillance, much like modern devout anti-establishment loyalists. Could we find ourselves transforming the masks of today into art 1,000 years from now? I think it's more likely than not.
Should I upgrade my mask?
Yes. All right, so Sarah and I, we've been told to just like wander around the city and get lost. So we just walk down this little alleyway and it just ends, just comes to an end, hits the water, nowhere to go.
I think that's going to be the theme of the day today.
Yeah, it's kind of fun though, you know? You don't know where you're going, you get to see something new.
So we just stopped at this adorable cafe in Venice, and James ordered us 2 espressos. As he carried it to the table, the thing just spilled all over me. I guess that's one way to take your coffee.
Libreria Acqua Alta is a famous bookshop in Venice. you'll find it on the top 10 list of many blog posts and Travel Channel shows. And for a good reason. It's freaking cool. They have gondolas filled with books and books stacked on top of other books which have been compressed over time. It's like looking at a geological fold, but instead of different sediment layers, it's comic books from the 80s on top of romance novels from the 90s on top of travel guides from the 2000s, with the precocious Tom Clancy novel on top. I have no doubt people are not coming here to find the latest Michael Lewis novel. It's a novelty bookshop, which fulfills its role well. The Instagram opportunities are top-notch and the souvenirs are unique and genuine. You should be sure to add it to your travel itinerary when visiting Venice.
We're at Libreria Acqua Alta. It's about 30 minutes after opening and there's already a queue to take some photos. Get here early, they open at 9.
All right, literally just plopped down in our hotel in Venice. Hotel's pretty nice, quick check-in, pretty easy. But I gotta tell you, I was not prepared for the Venice crowds, the horde of human beings. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
There's so many human beings sweating, walking around. That aside, we are going to rally and make the best of this and see the sights and enjoy it and do everything. But I'm just telling you, you literally couldn't be prepared for how many tourists there are. I watched so many videos in getting ready for this trip on like YouTube and, read articles and did so many things like to prepare myself for, what we were going to see so we could research and be prepared to make, these videos as interesting as possible. And I don't think anybody really talked about just how many people there are. It's crazy. I mean, the city's beautiful. I see why people come here, clearly. And we just arrived. I haven't even seen anything. I can easily see why people come here, but the people, I don't know. It's a huge turnoff for me. But let's see if the sites can turn it around. And I'll give my full opinion before we leave. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share your feedback in the comment section below. Our goal is always to be improving the content that we make, and your feedback helps us do so. This is the first part of 2. The second video will be coming out next week if you want to continue following along on our trip through Venice.